So you're still an entrepreneur. I mean, I just read about founder and head brewer of Relevance Beer Company. That's entrepreneurial, right?
Yeah.
You starting the Mortgage Marketing Expert. That's entrepreneurial. So I guess the message is you can be entrepreneurial without being a full-blown entrepreneur.
Absolutely.
Right? So where's the success defined? Like, I am a true advocate of people taking action and getting started, whatever you're going to do, but especially in entrepreneurship, because there's so many reasons why we shouldn't. We can come up with them all day long. Failure, fear, all these things. But what's the advice? Because you've been there. You've probably succeeded. There's probably things that aren't on this list that you failed about that you could go into stories about. So what's the advice? For someone that thinks like this is their thing, I'm doing this.
Well, if someone says, I'm doing this, they need to say, I'm doing this because this is a decision that I'm not going to change no matter what happens, not just because it feels good in the moment, right? There's a difference between being motivated and being driven, right? Even passion is an emotion, right? If you're truly driven, you're determined. Nothing is going to change the course. Where the advice comes in is most people that want to be entrepreneurs have either are just out of school or have worked a traditional corporate job. And the two things that traditional academia teach you, and I want to say academia because there's a difference in academia and education. I am a huge proponent of education. I'm not a huge proponent of academia. My mom was a teacher. I've seen the master's degrees and all the different stuff that I've had family members and I've even participated in some of that. The challenge with it is that it teaches you that if you fail every test, fail every quiz, even if you learned everything you got it wrong and could pass the second time, that you're a failure. You're a failure because if you don't succeed over and over and over and over, you don't get the A. You don't succeed and pass that course. That's not how real life works. What happens in real life is you can get kicked in the teeth over and over and over and over and fail over and over. But if you take those lessons and learn something and you continue to educate yourself the right way, that's actually the path of success. So the short way to say it is most people that want to step out into any entrepreneurial venture or to be an actual entrepreneur, you need to put your big girl pants and your big boy pants on and realize you're going to fail over and over and over and over. And that doesn't mean that you don't get to succeed if you persevere, because it's about consistent and persistent effort over time. And most people aren't patient enough. They think because they failed at this or this thing didn't happen that they're going to lock it down, that they're I can't do this, or they don't realize that the longest journey they're going to take is the one in between their own ears. They've got to build that thing.
That's this unlock that I'm personally trying to, as leading a business and a growing business, that I'm trying to figure out the combination to every day. And the unlock to help people, because I hear and see so many people that say they want to do it, and they're taking the first step of taking action to get a license or get into the mortgage business in your scenario. But what I hear you say is like you're asking us to get on the struggle bus here.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? Like you're asking us to voluntarily raise our hand and say, "Let me on. I want one of those seats."
Yes. I what I'm saying is that if that's what you want to do, you need to knowingly walk into it, knowing you're sacrificing time, effort, sleep, enjoyment, resources for something better than all of those things. We're talking about discipline and delayed gratification and all the other stuff.
You're not selling me on this very well, Phil Treadwell.
I hope not, because people need to realize it's okay to be a great number 3 or a great number 6, and you can still change people's lives and be part of a big business. But because, to your point, we've glorified entrepreneurship, people want to go start their own business, and then they take resources and money. And I'm stealing a little bit of a page out of Gary Vee's playbook here, but I happen to agree. So I'm going to preface by saying he said this first. I'm just regurgitating. They go get investors or venture capital, and they waste these people's money because they're not willing to persevere, and they don't actually know how to do what they say they know how to do. And they come to the end and go, yeah, but I sure learned a lot. Yeah, well, I wonder if that lesson would have been different had it been your own money, or had you actually had to work for those resources to build your business. So yeah, I am trying to discourage people a little bit from it, because for the few successful quote unquote ventures or businesses I've had, There's been 3 to 5 that never got off the ground, or that I wasted a ton of money on, or that I wasted hours or weeks or years of my life doing. But again, I don't see those as failures. I see those as I had to take an education in this thing so that I could come over here and apply that knowledge and not have to take that education again.